Jamie here. I am here with Bridget Mitchell of Lark, and that's a boutique. She's going to talk to us a little bit about how she's transitioning her business from brick and mortar during this time. So Bridget, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jamie.
Let's hear a little bit about your shop prior to everything going on. How long have you been in business, and kind of tell us about you?
Absolutely. So I opened the shop in June of last year. So we haven't even hit our 1-year anniversary. I live in Park Hill. The store is also in Park Hill.
Right.
I've wanted to do this forever. Was a massive dream of mine. I did everything else but manage a small business. I've worked in corporate sales, I've worked in government, and I was most recently in the Navy as a public affairs officer.
Wow.
So, but this was a major departure, something I was so excited about. I jumped in and have learned a lot along the way. I opened my online shop in February.
Oh, wow.
Recognizing a need there. You have busy seasons in retail and really quiet months. So I knew that I needed something to kind of, take the pressure off during those quiet months, but obviously no idea that this was going to happen. The shop is curated homewares and a lot of different gifts for everybody. So we have, everything from like leather goods, jewelry to beautiful candles. And I also do curated gift boxes.
Very cool. So
yeah.
Where did this idea come from? You said it's been a dream of yours forever. Where did that originally start? And was it this shop, or was it just like, I want to own some type of shop?
So I've always loved shopping, exploring new places, finding interesting things. I worked in a small boutique during college and just fell in love with it. I love the social aspect with it. I also have, found things along the way traveling that you don't see as often here. So I wanted to kind of, bring some of that here and in a community that I love and know, and just create a special space. I didn't know that it was going to I really had more home focused,
Okay.
Lots of home goods in the beginning. And then I realized I really had this niche in the gift kind of space. So most people were coming in looking either for gifts for, their kids or their, grandparents. It's totally, across the board.
So where does your inventory come from?
All over. So stuff that so I've sourced stuff from Australia, Argentina, the UK.
Wow.
Also, I have a ton of local Colorado lines. I have like several makers from actually Park Hill,
Cool.
and all over the state. So it's definitely a pretty broad range, but for the most part, I would say about 95% of it is all small batch, local makers doing stuff.
So what are you doing right now? It sounds awesome as far as your timing goes, unknown to any of us, that you launched an online segment of your business right before this all happened. So how has that, I guess, probably sped up that process? And really,
it's my lifeline right now, as far as it's at least generating some revenue into the shop. It's difficult. I'm still learning the whole SEO and all of those kind of online nuances that take time and resources. And so I've had to pull back a little bit in that area and focus as much as I can on social and trying to get the word out organically. It's slow, but I have more time to devote to that now. Unfortunately, I had to lay off an employee. So then I'm also managing all of the back end business stuff too. So, where I had support handling inventory and stuff like that, it's all on me. Yeah. So days are busy. I feel like I'm busier than ever. It's just a different busy.
Yeah, no, I am with you. And it's a lot of, like you said, learning as you go, which it's nice that we're all home, to kind of figure it out. But there's a lot of us jumping into a lot of online pieces that we've never dealt with before and learning. Like you said, the SEO. I have a lot of clients calling me about how to really get some traction with Facebook ads, different pieces of it that none of us have ever necessarily specialized in or felt confident enough to focus on or had the time to focus on. And now it's becoming a necessity, and you've got to figure it out.
Necessity. Yeah. Yeah, I
So
mean, exactly it. And I think especially for small businesses that have limited, advertising budgets
yeah.
and
Yep.
resources that they can devote to this, I think we've all, you know, put that money elsewhere. And I think now we're kind of figuring out, well, this is it. This is where we have to, spend in order to hope that there's some revenue on the other side of it.
Well, so I did a video, I think it was last week, about tips on how to, shift your business during this time. And one of them was talking about investing in yourself and your business, and the fact that, if you have a budget to do it, now is the time to do it online, because you've got such a captive audience already. And if
True.
not, investing into learning new skill sets, like exactly what we're talking about, with learning how to handle your own SEO or your inventory when someone else was doing it before, and figuring out how to do all those pieces. And
Exactly.
I actually have a video that's going to launch in the next day or two, with an online expert I think she's out of Connecticut, and talking exactly about that. Like, how do you launch your business right now online, whether you have a budget or not? And with social now, I think and one of the conversations I'm having with a lot of clients is they want to focus so much on their website and the SEO, which is all good. It's all important. But like right now, as small business, you need to rely on your customers or clients and the reach you already have. And the best way to do that is on social, because people feel like they know you and they want to be able, that's the easiest way to really like spread that word the fastest without
Truly.
spend the money.
I know. And so that's, I think, one of my biggest challenges is feeling comfortable, being more open on social and getting more creative, using it in different ways that I haven't done in the past. So that's, I'm looking at so many other small businesses, small retail that is doing it. And I'm trying to embrace it.
Yeah.
As
It's
much
hard.
as
I mean,
possible.
we were talking about, just earlier, how uncomfortable it is, to do some of these things, but we realize it's necessary to move our businesses forward at this point. And this is the
Absolutely.
lining of all of this is it's putting all of us a little outside our comfort zone, but hopefully
Exactly.
after all this, our businesses grow because of it.
Yeah, and I think we're going to learn how to support each other in new ways,
Right.
just like you're doing, helping people, spread awareness of all these different businesses that are being impacted in ways that we can help, because I think we all want to help each other.
Yeah. Well, and it's been kind of fun for me doing these videos, because I have people that I'm talking to that it's like, oh, you need to talk to this person, because everyone
Totally.
right now is trying to support other local businesses. And if you provide a skill or resources that another business can use, a lot of people are trying to provide at either low cost or no cost to be able to support each other. Like, we're all in it
Absolutely.
together. And so it's been kind of fun. Like, just the people, I talked to a photographer the other day who mostly does headshots and those types of things, and now they're switching to doing free product shoots
It's amazing.
for other small businesses who do have brick and mortar and need to transfer that online. And she's got
Yep.
her whole system set up, and how to get her what the product is and how she handles it to make sure it's safe, and the whole process. But she's like, I mean, and she's very honest. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this, if my
Yeah.
business is going to survive. But in the meantime, here's a service that I can do that's going to help other people. And it's getting
That's
her name out in
incredible.
the process.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. I think all of us have the capacity to help. So
Yeah.
even though we're in this crazy struggle, trying to keep our own stuff going, I think we are reaching out more.
Yes. Well, and I think for me, and I think there's a lot of people who feel this way, I'm a control freak. And I think,
Admittedly, yep.
and I don't know, maybe that's a small business thing. We're all a little
But
A-type. So
totally.
um, doing these videos for me, like, I can't control anything else. And so doing videos where I can do something to add a little bit of value to one small business
I love it. Yeah.
is helping me get through it. It mentally gets me through the day of like, okay, we're doing something positive here. And I
I'm
think
the same way. Like
that way.
as long as I'm trying to move forward
Yeah.
or watching other people do it, I feel like then you're right. It has to do with that control and doing as much as we can
Yep.
to create positivity in this
Yeah.
very difficult situation.
Well, and I think that's where small businesses do have a lot of power and a lot of opportunity right now, is exactly like online, on social, like everything right now is so negative. And, we can't be blind to things that are going on, but at the same time, to break up our social with some
Yep.
positivity of some type, some good content and value. And so small businesses are the perfect people to be providing that right now. And just kind of a break, because you can only watch the news so much. It
Oh
only
my
shows you so
gosh, I
much,
know.
throughout the day. And then you need something good in there.
Totally. Yep.
So how do people find you online?
So I'm on Instagram and on Facebook, the Red Lark Shop. And my website is redlarkshop.com. I'm available pretty much 24/7. So, and happy to customize. I'm available to do local delivery if people are comfortable
Right.
with that. I take all the precautions needed. And I'm offering free shipping on all orders. I'm going to be launching some kind of flash sales
Okay.
throughout the next couple of weeks, just to kind of keep people, um, you know, excited. And it's an opportunity if if they want something special for themselves or somebody else. I think I mentioned that I do curated gift boxes. I'm going to be doing some, Easter themed boxes. So yeah, I need to update my social as much as possible, but there's several ways you can find out more.
Awesome. And in terms of your inventory, you said you work with people all over. Have you run into any issues yet in terms of getting things that you need?
Yes, everything is, some things are, some places have just shut down,
Right.
and have said, we're we're putting things on pause. We'll let you know when we're back online. A lot of stuff that I had from California, that's also been delayed.
Okay.
And I think it's really difficult. It's difficult for the distributors, the supplier, the makers, everybody is just, struggling to find the balance between how much do we have to order inventory. I mean, we do business providing products. So I haven't, but we've had to scale back. So it's just finding the relationship between the two, and what makes the most sense for everybody. But yes, I've seen a major change in my supply chain.
Okay. Moving forward, I know you had already launched this online segment. How do you see this affecting your business once we go back to some type of normal?
Yeah. So, honestly speaking, just to be totally candid, I don't know how the brick and mortar can survive beyond this. Rents in Denver, especially commercial
Yeah.
spaces, are incredibly high.
Yep.
It was by far my biggest expense
Yeah.
prior to this.
Yeah.
And it was something I was constantly chasing. Now it's insurmountable. Landlords are, in a very difficult situation as well. This is their income, this is their business. So I think they're hesitant to, make any sort of concessions as far as giving rent abatement or forgiveness or anything like that. So, I mean, the stimulus package, it's great, and I'm so glad it's helping where it can. But for a small business like mine, I can't take on more debt, and those are loans that I don't know how I would possibly repay, not knowing what the time frame is. When are we opening? Nobody knows. There's no clear answer. And when things do come back online, when we're able to be in our shops again, how do we convince people?
Yeah.
Everybody's struggling
Yeah.
to spend again. So yeah, I'm having to make some very difficult decisions as far as what I would do with my brick and mortar space. And I honestly don't have the answer.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this time will at least help you really build the online space,
Exactly.
and then we
And
just,
there are other opportunities. I mean, I've thought about doing everything from taking it to a more mobile business, doing more, coming up with different ways that some of us can pop up in places together. And I think we're all having to explore new ideas. But no, I mean, my heart's broken. That was the brick and mortar was what,
Yeah.
started all of this.
Yeah. Well, and it's so hard to see. I mean, I'm glad at least it was, you said June, right? That you opened. So it
Mhm.
hasn't been a year, but given it some time where now you're able to start the online segment versus just
Exactly.
as all this is happening.
Truly. And learning what my customers want and
Yeah.
learning how to yeah, build a presence. So although I'm incredibly new, I feel like I have learned a lot in the past
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. Well, and it is. It's going to be interesting how it changes the face of brick and mortar altogether. And
I know, and I don't want to believe. I think people, especially in my neighborhood, we have so many local businesses and people treasure them.
yeah,
Restaurants, wine bars, hair salons, those are the places where people gather, and it's part of our community. So I hope we don't go away, but I think we all have to make a concerted effort to support.
right. Well, and I think that's really what it comes down to. And it's hard because none of us know, like you said, the timing. Like, I think that's the hardest thing for everyone, whether you're a small business or just trying to deal with the day to day, like that unknown of, is this 2 weeks? Is this 2 months? Is this like, we just have no clue what to expect from it. And
We
it's
have
really hard
no clue what
like,
to expect.
knowing that.
It's yeah, and I think that I think of the anxiety that we're all feeling,
Yeah.
and we have no way other than this, which is beautiful. We don't know what's going to happen and how long lasting this will be.
Have you, do you know some of the other owners of the places right around you in Park Hill?
Yeah, I
Have
do.
you been
And
collaborating,
so
trying to figure this out?
yeah, I think everybody right now is in survival mode. A lot of the restaurants, they're still able to provide delivery or curbside pickup.
Right.
But it's a massive challenge, and I don't know how, other than coming up with some really good compromises with landlords. I don't know how everybody's going to do it. And again, I think we can all, hold our breath and cross our fingers for a month, but when you go beyond that
Right.
and you've laid people off, and how do you get your employees? I don't know. I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the big thing with all of this is everyone's in that spot. And I think if we can all recognize that and try to give each other a little grace and understanding during this time and
Exactly.
support, and I agree, like the landlords, like that's those people, like that's their income. And so, to not have the rents, then they don't have anything. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping people come up with some creative solutions to compromise on things where we can try to get us all through it.
Yeah, and it's going to take, I think and we've kind of talked about this, some of my neighbors, businesses that, as a collective, we need to come together and
Yeah.
try to do something. But again, with we're all balancing family. We're balancing, we're concerned about our parents and our,
Yeah.
there are other things outside of the business world too. So I think it's just navigating uncharted territory.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I'm
And,
so grateful for this.
oh, well, thank you. And we'll make sure that when we post this, that all your information will be below too,
Excellent.
to help people find you online. And
Perfect. And I'll share yours as well.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.